Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of the 1 Point Safety Show. Myself, Scott Hartley, and my illustrious co-host who is in a happier mood, Scouse Andy. And the reason he's happy, everybody, is because if you didn't know, Scouse and his better half love going to York, and Scouse follows York City. So last night, York City were away at my team, Carl United, and they absolutely pumped them 3-0. So 8-0 on aggregate. Well done, Scouse. All I can say is that's a difficult two-way conversation on WhatsApp. I just really didn't want to speak to you last night, mate. But apart from all that, are you good?
I'm very good, mate, especially after last night. It's nice, man. Really easy as well, man. I mean, you're meant to be up there in the league too, and you just
don't.
You know that, man. You are not.
Just don't, mate. Honestly, but yeah, it is. It is what it is. What was the wager? Yeah, I don't know, Scotchy. What was the wager?
We should definitely put some
money.
Definitely
should have. Yeah.
Even Bo asked me that. I said, "What's the bet on for tonight's game?" Then I was like, "Oh, I didn't do anyone. Didn't do it."
It is what it is. But there you go. Yeah, that was quite difficult. We'll start as we always do, mate, with our sponsors. So Dunstable Town FC's Talk of the Town podcast, where they're sponsor this year. If you like non-league football, which looks like I will like for another season, Scouse, and you may not as a York fan. If you go across to Dunstable Town, they talk all sorts of soccer or football this side of the pond. Give them a follow. Really good guys over there. Oddballs.com. You can go to myoddballs.com. Have a look at their offers on there. Every bit of proceeds goes to men's health charities, especially testicular cancer. So go and give them a look. They've actually got some really decent brand new Washington Commanders boxer shorts on there. So it's worth having a look at that. And if you're into the right inside of stuff, go over to bleedingburgundy.com. There's some articles on there. There'll be more articles coming out in the future, so go and give that a look as well. Evening, Scott, thank you for being with us. Evening, Rod, again, thank you for being with us. We'll get into the news, Scouse. Danny Ettling has been hired as assistant QB's coach. Since we last spoke, Washington Commanders have hired the third new coach of the offense, and in former NFL QB Danny Ettling as assistant QB's coach. Obviously, he's taken David Blau's position. He will work under a new offense, David Blau, and also QB's coach DJ Williams, who we spoke about last week. Blau was given the promotion from assistant QB to OC, obviously after Kingsbury's gone, and Ettling has never played in a regular season NFL game, but he spent the last 2 seasons in the UFL with Michigan Panthers. This is his first coaching gig after retiring from playing football. Ettling and Blau were teammates at college at Purdue. So this is just basically Blau putting in his mate in it.
Yeah, another nepotism move. I mean, I get it. I get you. People want people that they can trust around them and stuff like that. I understand, and they probably are really good friends. But it's like, man, like
as the assistant quarterbacks coach,
where's the experience? And I mean,
I get it.
I understand people lacking of experience and never going to get one shot, and who's going to give them a chance and all the rest of it. I understand that too, but it's like you could have a little bit. If you're going to have somebody inexperienced, you could have somebody underneath them with some experience. Do you know what I mean? Rather than just all because when the shit is the fan, how are they going to get out of it? Because they can't win. They can't because he's not an offensive guy. So who are they going to?
I would say that DJ Williams is fairly experienced, but yeah. How did Scouse get?
3 years experienced?
I know.
In my game, 3 years, you've not even touched the surface.
No, I know. I understand. I understand where you're coming from, but we are talking about the guy who's polishing the balls and fucking jock straps. You know what I mean? It's the assistant quarterbacks coach. Let's be fair. In other news, though, mate, Darnell Stapleton and Shane Tobe have been promoted as well. Commanders fired O-line coach Bobby Johnson on the same day, parted way with obviously Cliff Kingsbury, and now they're promoting Johnson's assistant O-line coach into his old job. So Darnell Stapleton is the Commanders' new offensive line coach, and offensive quality control coach Shane Tobe is his now new assistant. Stapleton built up a strong rapport with Blau over the last 2 years in assistant position coaches, and Stapleton was well liked by the players. He's also heavily involved in the pass protections and has helped the game with planning. Now also the East-West Shrine Bowl, Shane Tobe is coaching in the East-West Shrine Bowl, and in one of the other college games. I think it's like the All-Star game. Darnell Stapleton is coaching as well. He's one of the main coaches in there, calling plays and stuff. So I don't have a problem with this. If you're already on the assistant offensive line coach, I think, yeah, why not? Give him a shove up one. Will it make a massive difference? I hope so. The offensive line is a key aspect. Am I underwhelmed by it? Yes, absolutely underwhelmed by it. And this is kind of a running theme here we're getting into, mate, where it's kind of underwhelming, isn't it? All of this whole search for coaches, this, that, and the next thing, it's just dominoes aren't really falling into place and people are just going, I'll get promoted. And we're kind of keeping everything in-house at the minute. We're not really seeing much outside of that.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, when we first talked about this, when they first organised the actual staffing at the start, like we're talking like when Dan Quince first started, they got so many coaches in at once, and we wanted that to happen. We wanted to be in house and the promotion to be ready for the next guy. If one guy leaves, so that is what happening still for the most part. I know DJ Williams is a bit different, but the other guys have been internal and have been promoted. So we can't really complain about that to a certain extent. But the difference is, I think when you're looking at some of the guys we've got on offensive line, offensive coaches, Anthony Lynn's, these other guys, you expect those guys to be promoted, not these random dudes, these guys who lack of experience who are getting the jobs up front. Do you know what I mean? So like, okay, yes, they see them in training every day. They know how good they are as coaches and how knowledgeable they are and all the rest of it. So they must be decent. But, it's still that thing of we don't know as fans what they are yet. So we're always going to be like, who the hell are these guys until proven otherwise. And hopefully, as you say, that they're making the right choices here.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at this. I mean, Rod, you're in the chat with us, but Rod gave us a really good point. He said it's not a rant, but it's clear now that Blau was always going to be the OC. And with other adds to the offensive coaching staff, there was a rift on how DQ wanted the offense to work, and how Cliff did it. And now Blau is closer to that schematically. Though all the coaches are inexperienced in their respective new roles, there might be a need of a guiding, helping hand to help out the OC and DC. More of on DC, the defensive coordinator search is more of a due diligence aspect higher. So who do you think between Flores, Morris, McDermott, or somebody else? I mean, we'll get onto that in a second. But from what he's saying and what Rod's point there is, you made that point probably 2 minutes ago when you said, where's the experienced person who's under all these inexperienced people who have just been pushed up one, if you like, up the chain?
Exactly. So who are they going to rely on when the shit is the fan, when their scheme isn't working, when things are, when literally shit is the fan? What are they going to do? Obviously, you never know. They might have some great ideas themselves and get themselves out of it. But you'd like to have somebody in the room there that's actually who's been there and done it. Do you know what I mean? And I don't think they are. Now, you could speak to people like Anthony Lynn if he's still around. Let me know. Was he going for head coaching position?
Yeah, well, that was my next bit of news. But we're seamless transition there, Scouse. You've smashed it.
So again, if he gets that job, for example, who's our next
Brian Johnson.
But again, he doesn't move the needle in any way. Like, do I really want to rely on him when Jaden's playing like shit? If he plays like shit,
he's the assistant. He's the assistant head coach at the minute, mate. Again, and to be honest with you, he's a former OC, isn't he? So you'd think if you can be an OC in the league, you'd have some sort of experience. I mean, I know offensive coordinators, defensive coordinators, they all go around the merry-go-round and move here, there, and everywhere. We get that. But you're right. Who are you relying on? Where is this supposed? We preached it, and Scott's right with what he's saying there. Fans wanted progression plan, and now we're complaining that when they do so.
I don't think we're complaining. I think we're just pointing out the lack of experience,
inadequacies. I would say
of going up. I understand one guy getting a promotion. I say even if it is Blau, he's gone up really 2 positions in once. He's the assistant quarterbacks coach. He wasn't the quarterbacks coach until the last week or whatever it was, last few weeks of the season. That's not enough experience to say, by the way, you're ready for an OC post. You know what I mean? So this is where it's a bit like, okay, this guy's obviously got something about him. Obviously they like him. So okay, let's give him a shot. And I'm happy for him. I really want it to be brilliant. The next great mind. But it's still the same thing at the moment. It's like he's not ever called plays before. He doesn't know what I mean. Like when it's going well, great, you scheme out, you're perfect. But when it's going bad, what's he going to do about it? And obviously, we only find that out throughout the season. But it's
yeah, so we can do.
In your mind, and as a fan, you're thinking, who have we got in the backroom staff there who's going to keep him, keep him even keeled, and a guy of wisdom. I mean, you can't go to Dan Quinn about it, really. Dan's a defensive guy. He might have some idea, but it's not his thing. It's not a specialism, So it's kind of the DC is going to get a lot more help if you do get a new inexperienced DC. You've got Dan Quinn there basically holding his hand. So that's a different thing. Where the offensive one's different, you know what I mean? And I don't wait Brian Johnson to really be the man to kind of help these guys out. So.
Yeah, it's difficult, isn't it? It really is difficult. I mean, I get it. It's our off season, and fans are analysing every bit of news.
But you're right. We wanted an internal progression type of hires. We did want that. We said that a couple years ago when he first hired all the dudes in the first place. So I'm not moaning about kind of these guys getting promoted. It's just a case of I'm looking for because let's face it, it's never going to run smooth. There's going to be some problems. It's just natural. But I just want someone in the background there just to be able to kind of hold his hand a little bit until he's fully ready to, especially when the shit hits the fan and he can't find a way out of it. That's all.
Agreed. I mean, yeah, it's strange.
There'll be a point in the season where we're like, oh shit, man, we can't score points here. What's going on? And then it's like, well, how do you change your scheme? How does he do this? How does he do that? And you might come through with it flying colours straight away. Other times it might be like, oh shit, I don't know what to do here. So it's kind of, you need some dude there to be able to kind of help him through that. And I don't think we've got that on staff right now, besides Anthony Lynn, who, being honest, might actually be going. So we'll have to see.
Yeah, it's a strange one. I mean,
if I'm Anthony Lynn, I'm thinking, why wasn't I promoted to the OC post?
Well, that's Well, that and we'll get onto that. I mean, we'll get onto that now.
Head coach for the man at OC. It made me feel a bit hard done by. Maybe it's the reason why he might want out. So
I'm just glad Scouse isn't the OC, says Scott G. Yeah, man, I'm with
why?
you. Seamless transition.
Fucking banging me, I tell you that.
your O-line would be very good. Yeah, that's about it.
In the bloody NFL, bro. If I was OC.
Can we all just agree that we don't want Brandon Ayuk now on this team? I did want him, I won't lie, but he's an absolute head case. Anyway, the less said about that.
Aren't all the best wide receivers head cases?
Yeah, probably.
T.O.
Yeah.
T.O.
they're all meant to Brown.
Brown. There's loads of them. There's loads of crazy guys who are wide receivers, top level. You know what I mean? It's not wrong. Position. It's a diva position. So. That's why it's nice to get a Terry who's even keeled. Kind of just a nice guy. Wants to work hard. It's nice.
George Pickens is off his box as well.
There's loads of them. There's loads. Of them.
Yeah, there's loads. You're right. Anyway,
would it hurt us to have him in the team? I don't think so. As long as he's available,
pay him,
and the money's right. Yeah, the money's got to be right.
Anthony Lynn, we talked about him just before. He has got a Buffalo Bills head coaching interview scheduled for tomorrow. As you said, obviously he's been in the league with absolutely everybody, looks of it. Started off at Denver as a special teams assistant, then to Jacksonville running backs coach. Cleveland, he was the running backs coach. New York Jets running backs coach. Assistant head coach, then running back coach. Bills, so he's already been there as well. Assistant head coach and running coach again. Bills interim head coach.
I think Scotty Boy's breaking up a lot. I think that's just me.
Bills. LA Chargers, he then got head coaching job.
Scott, I think you're breaking up, mate, a lot. Well, I think Scotty Boy's gone. But yeah, so, I mean, Anthony Lynn has got a lot of experience, been around the block many times. I mean, I preferably would have been fit if he was the OC. So, you back?
Yeah, agreed.
Are you back?
I'm back. I apologise for that. My internet, yeah. Oh, no, don't tell me that. We're going to have to start the whole... Apologies. Like I said to you before we started, the wind is terrible here this way. I don't know what's going on, but my broadband's dying.
The internet's over.
No. I don't know what is going on. I promise you. So I was saying Anthony Lynn's been pretty much everywhere in the NFL. Obviously, he's been with Buffalo before as the interim head coach and the OC and the running backs coach. Obviously, been with us since 2024. If he was hired, we would receive compensation of 2 third-round picks, one in 2026 and one in 2027 at the very, very bottom of the comp picks. So they're almost 4th-round picks, but it's 2 picks that we would get under the Rooney Rule. We would receive them compensatory picks. So obviously, if he does go and he is hired as the head coach of the Bills, that was what we would be receiving.
I think Scott made a good point here. He was runner-up when he hired McDermott.
He was, yeah, and obviously he'd been there a long time before as well. I mean, looking at it, he was what was he?
9 years, wasn't he?
Yeah, assistant head coach, running backs coach, 2013 to 14 with the Bills. Then 15-16, he was assistant head coach and RB again, and then interim head coach and offensive coordinator in 16. So. You know, he got a lot of time there, and that's what led to him getting the Chargers job. So this is the thing, you see. It's kind of like, was he overlooked for our OC? Maybe.
Position? You know, what was he not doing that they're expecting of a potential new OC?
True. Or do you think they've panicked? Do you think they've panicked here with Blau? Do you think they've panicked? Do you think they've panicked here with Blau and just gone, shit? He's going to leave the building. We got to do something here. Let's give him a promotion straight away. And then,
I mean there might be there might be an element of that. Obviously, the guy is very smart, but isn't most people in these positions? Do you know what I mean? They're all book smart. They can all name plays, create plays, write it on the board, yeah. Great, but it's not about that when it comes down to it in big situations. It's about, getting the right play. It doesn't matter what it is. It's call them the right play at the right time, and that's the skill in it, which you won't have yet. So let's do all that. You know what I mean?
Well, let's hope among hope that obviously we keep him. Then, if that's the case, so at least Blau has a sounding board somewhere he can go to get advice and speak to.
I'm thinking that maybe get a head coach. I mean, if he can't get a head coaching job, maybe get an OC job somewhere.
He could do. We'll wait and see. We'll wait and see what happens in this cycle. Obviously, 10 head coaches. 10 head coaches now. That's just the head coaches that are needing to be filled. Obviously, a few have moved. A few have gone in. Stefanski over to the Falcons. Harbaugh over to the Giants.
Stefanski getting another job. I mean, this guy has not created any quarterback. He's not groomed any quarterbacks.
It's wild, isn't it?
Wherever he's had, he's been shocking with them, no matter who they are. Even ruined Baker Mayfield, for God's sake. True,
he did actually. Yeah, I mean, did you see Baker Mayfield's tweet about him?
No,
saying, I can't wait to. So someone put something up about Stefanski going, and obviously Baker said, I can't wait to see you twice a year. Coach literally said I was trash and threw me out, and I was like, okay, this is not a good thing to see.
He's going to stick it to him twice a year now. So good luck.
It is. Well, we've had a notice that our viewing figures have obviously gone up a little bit, which is great, and we do have a few more subscribers. But what I would say is, if possible, anyone who's not subscribed, and we've had a look at our analysing data and all that sort of stuff, the analytics, and 90% of all of our followers or people who watch our content are not subscribed. So please, could you do us a favour and subscribe? Just push the like button. Thank you to all the porn bots and Russians and Chinese who want to pop in here and do things. It's all great. But come across and subscribe to us and do that. Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's just crazy. The amount of bots that you get is just mental. But it is what it is. Scott G, we're including you in the bots, by the way, mate. But yeah, apart from that, it's all good. DC wise, we'll get onto the DC side of it. So interviews. So Brian Flores, as we know, he signed an extension with the to stay with the Vikings as the DC if he doesn't get a head coaching job. So obviously we were the only team to that the Vikings DC Brian Flores interviewed with for a DC position. He's been focused on becoming a head coach again, and he's only going to leave Minnesota if he gets this opportunity. Flores' contract was up at the end of this season, but he signed an extension taking him off the DC market.
So how long's the extension? Do you know?
Don't know, mate. No idea. So obviously, if he doesn't get it on this cycle, he is staying. He's staying on in Minnesota. But then, to be fair, why would you leave Minnesota? It's your show, your train set, defense, decent defense over there. Kevin O'Connell's running the offense.
And it's his defense. He was there last year, so I mean,
exactly.
It's much easier for him rather than starting.
Yeah, and you're not uprooting your family. You know what I mean? It'll be okay.
It makes sense for him, for us as a fan, we're like,
Yeah, so speaking of that, next man up then, Al Harris is the next one that's been mentioned now. So Commanders are interviewing Bears secondary coach Al Harris, who had the same role under Dan Quinn when they were with Dallas Cowboys 2 years ago. Dallas blocked Quinn's attempt to add Harris to his coaching staff when he came to Washington. Obviously, what are our thoughts on Al Harris? Great career as an NFL player. Obviously, as a corner, he's an all-pro. And also a perennial Pro Bowler. Looking at what he's done in his latest stop with Chicago, they were the highest interceptions in the entire league by some margin. They were number one overall for interception ratio from the defensive backs, which is obviously his speciality around corners and defensive backs. Would we want that in Washington? Absolutely, I'd want that in Washington because our defensive backs are terrible. Can he coach the defensive backs? Yes, he can. Now, the other thing as well is looking at this is what is the pass game coordinator side of it as well. So he does the passing game coordination, which is almost like a mini on defense. So it's like a mini DC basically. You're already a mini defensive coordinator. Anything that's the passing plays within that playbook is down to you. You write them, you script them, you put them in the playbook. You just don't call them plays on the game day. But you're still the guy who's sitting in front of the team, breaking the film down. You're showing what people can do. And it worked in Chicago this year. Overall, they had a terrible defense. They were about 15th, I think, on average.
22nd.
But were they really?
Yeah, 22nd. So for me, mate, I'm not high on this dude. Yeah, you're right with the interceptions. They are the highest. Mm-hmm. But they can see they are awful. That defense is awful. But
it's not all down to him, though, is it? If he's dealing with the back end, what have you got up front?
Against the pass, they're still not good. They're below average. If he's 16, he's very average. If he's below that, he's even worse than average, and that's exactly what he's been. Besides the interception ratio, everything else is a joke.
The bit that scares...
Barge pole.
I wouldn't go that far. I think he's a good coach, but not necessarily as a DC. Do we want to be the team that gives him? Do we want to be the team that gives him the opportunity to become a DC? No, maybe.
No. I mean, that takes a lot of balls from Dan Quinn.
That's what I'm saying.
I understand he knows Al Harris. He's worked with him before. Mm-hmm. But the thing is, though, why would he want to get burned again? He's already done it once.
Yeah.
He's already given it to his boy. Wait, and look what happened there.
And if you look at exactly the same, if you look at exactly the same situation as if you look identical at their records, as in Joe Witt and Al Harris, they're pretty much the same. If you can connect the dots, it's really easy to look at what they've both done in their careers as coaches. They've trod a similar path, but Al Harris has never called plays, and that's the bit that worries me, mate, as well. We need an experienced...
He was awful.
That's what I'm saying. We need to have an experienced DC here. I'm hoping we get an experienced DC. I mean, who's been interviewed? We've got Joe Cullen, who's the Chiefs defensive line coach. Brian Flores, obviously, that's gone. Jonathan Gannon, ex-Cardinals head coach and former DC. Patrick Graham, the Raiders DC. Al Harris, we just talked about. Carl Scott, Seahawks defensive backs coach. And Denard Wilson, ex-Titans DC. That's not filling me full of joy, mate, this. It really isn't.
These guys are ex-DCs are poor teams. Or guys who've never done it before.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like you're taking a risk here, but I feel more confident with them taking a inexperienced DC than I am with the inexperienced OC because you've got Dan Quinn there, just to help him out when things go wrong. He's there and he's been there. He's done it for years. That's different. I'm happy with an inexperienced DC, but that's why I'm not happy with having. Now we've got the OC that's inexperienced to have a DC as well. I just don't like it. I don't like that option. Dan Quinn's putting himself right on the line.
100%.
Unless Harris has said it don't matter. Like if you give these guys a shot and they're god awful and we're another 4-win team next year, your job's safe. And then why not go for that? Why not get that kind of protection? Because he's got a 5-year deal, hasn't he, DQ? So
yeah.
So it's just year 3. So he's got plenty of time on his contract. So it isn't like, I'm playing for a contract. So I don't. So again, but unless he's got assurances like that, why would you even think it? Let's face it, you're here to win, and win now. I understand we're not like win now Super Bowl, but what I mean is we got it better than 4 wins. We got to be a playoff team next year. Like I think that's got to be the minimum requirement.
I agree.
And if it's not, well then he should be on his way out anyway, even though he's got 3 years left on his deal. So this is why it's a bit, if we had said, you know what, we want Anthony Lynn as OC, and then we got that Scott fella from Seattle, for example, as DC, I'd be more happy. I'd be much happier. But now we're going to go down this route of Blau, and then potentially someone like Scott. Damn, man, like it's just pretty. It takes a lot of balls and DQ. That's all I'm saying.
It does, and Rod put a question into us. He said, just a thought though, but in reality, how attractive is a spot is DC at Washington for the top candidates?
It isn't.
I mean, it isn't, is it? That's the thing. Talent. It's not an attractive spot.
There's no talent on defense.
That's exactly it, and maybe that's why the top candidates are like, oh.
It's not like these old DCs are going, you know what? I'd love to play with him. I'd love to play with fucking who? See what I mean?
Micah Parsons.
Yeah, that's a bit different, isn't it? Yeah, you're getting the elite of the elite. Yeah, you'd love to play with that, coach that dude. Yeah, I can get the best out of him. I can do this. But when you got like Anthony Armstrong with one leg, Dorrance Armstrong one leg, or you've got Deron Payne who might be on his way out. These are your best players, really. These are your best players or not on defense. Bobby Wagner's going to be gone. So it's like, okay, then so who? You know what I mean? Like, it's like, I've got nothing here. Now, again, on the flip side, he could say, well, I've got a complete
blank canvas start again. Yeah,
blank canvas start again and do it all. But you're never going to get all the players in one off season. You're just never going to get it. So it's kind of like you are going to be onto a loser. So unless you are a guy who's happy with that blank slate and starting fresh, and they'll say the experienced guys are going to say, "Nah, you're all right, bro. I'm staying where I'm at." Just like Flores.
Yeah, true, exactly.
We've got no talent.
Yeah, we haven't. You're right. Blue chip players. We were talking about this in a WhatsApp groups. What blue chip players genuinely do we have on the Washington Commanders right now, apart from Jaden?
Yeah,
and even that's a question mark.
Yeah.
Let's not beat around the bush. He had an amazing rookie season. We get that, but last year is kind of a you can't really.
You just don't know.
Yeah.
The problem with the NFL is that it is what have you done for me lately?
Absolutely.
It wasn't what you done for me 5 years ago. You know what I mean? It's kind of what you done this season. And if you've done shit, then they're going to call you shit. You know, it's unfortunate. You know, this is just how it is. In the NFL, it's brutal. It really is brutal.
You're not wrong. Right, we'll get on to other bits of news then, which we're rattling through, which is great. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Really appreciate it. The Commanders sent out...
Sorry,
probably promote RK. Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, Ryan Kerrigan.
Yeah. So, I mean, again, a big stretch. You know, I mean, I love Ryan Kerrigan. Was one of my favorite players.
He's right behind you.
He's right behind me. Yeah, exactly. That's Iron Seal delivers his Redskins for life on it. You know, it's kind of like this is. You know, I love the dude, but it's kind of like even that's a stretch though to go straight into a DC post line.
Yeah, it is wild.
Is he the assistant defensive end coach? I think.
Defensive ends coach. Yeah, something.
Yeah, but assistant. No, he's not. I don't even think he's like the lead on that. So it's kind of like, you really want to promote him to like 2 or 3 spots up again, just like he did with Blau? Probably unlikely, to be honest.
I agree. So the Commanders sent out a fan survey with suggested season ticket prices for the new stadium, obviously including PSL prices for selected seats. Now, George Carmy, and I've got to credit George for this, he obviously sent out a tweet and it had various different bits on it. I mean, I'll get through the good parts. So it's going to be a mixed-use district. So the new stadium will anchor a vibrant mixed-use district, creating a 365 a year destination for fans. So you've got live music events, open air plazas, green spaces, restaurants, bars, cafes, boutiques, national retailers, gaming, sportsbook options, residential and office development, pedestrian friendly walkways, and on game days the district will serve as a lively pre and post game destination. On non-game days it will be an all year round gathering place. Pre-game experiences they talked about, you've got fan plazas where open areas of the stadium, you've got in-district bars and restaurants, you've got premium tailgating options, designed turnkey tailgating spaces, tents or semi-permanent structures next to the fan plazas set up by the team with catering options available for purchasing. And then you've got traditional tailgating as well. It's saying a number of traditional tailgating spaces will be made available in the surface parking lots surrounding the stadium.
Hey, there's not many of those. I bet there's not many of those because they're going to want to profit off this now. And that's exactly
Of course they are.
Of
course they are.
Catering for their version of tailgate. You know what I mean? It's like
exactly. And then there'll be traditional tailgating as well. But the ticket prices, that's what we've got to get onto. So the cheapest ticket price, and this was, again, a tweet by Chris Bryant, Hog Farmer Chris, and I've seen the fan survey and I've done it. The cheapest ticket, $2,000 per season ticket, and 1.1k PSL. So if you don't know, PSL is private seat license. You buy your seat license, then on top of that, that's a one-off payment. You never have to pay that again. Then it becomes your seat for life. I know, let's build a new stadium and charge them for the seat that they sit in, and then charge them a ticket on top of that. Who ever thought of that idea? I have no idea. It's like double. It's a double tax. It's robbery. But it is what it is. You're building a $3.5 billion stadium. You've got to make your money back somehow. Now, a lot of the stadiums we know, Raiders do it, Falcons do it, Saints have got it, 49ers have got it. All the new stadiums have got it.
For me on this, sorry to interrupt you, but
you're right.
For those type of things, I think $1,000 is perfectly fine.
Acceptable.
Well, we're going to talk about it, how high it goes up. If you want a better seat, you want it in the nicer area.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we're going to see some of these numbers, and they're just insane, like genuinely insane.
So the highest I've seen was Monica, who is obviously fan of the year a few years ago for the Commanders, on her seats, which are prime position, bang on the halfway line, $52,000 a year just for the season ticket, and the PSL per seat is $175,000.
Yeah, how insane is
Chris
that money?
I know Chris has put on here high end. You're looking at $28,000 on average per season ticket, and 114,000.
So that's like behind one of the goals. You know what I mean? So
no, looking at his one. So I'm looking at it here. So a club seat, which is they're calling, it says field level sideline between the 40s and 20s. You get an a la carte food and beverage, all included. Field club lounge access. The annual ticket price for that would be $7,200, but your PSL would be $83,000. Then you have mezzanine level behind the end zone. So this is the top end of the end zone. Is $2,100 and $1,100. Then you have the larger ends, which is like the lower bowl behind the goals, if you like, or behind the end zones even. That will give you all-inclusive food and beverage. Great. Lounge access, again, in club level 1. 8.4 is the season ticket cost, and a PSL of $24,000. Now, they have said that the PSLs, although they look horrendously expensive, can be spread over potentially a 10-year plan.
But that's not interest-free.
No, I think it has 6% interest on it.
No, it's a lot more than that. I'm sure 19%. I mean, I could be wrong. I'm sure it's 19% per year if you do it over 10 years. If you do it under 3, it's free, interest-free. If you do it over 3 years, but if you do it longer, you get minced on the interest. So it's like, I understand, as I say, they've got to get the money back and all the rest of it, but it's like, man, that's some serious money. Now, unless you're doing brilliantly, because I know a lot of people who are fans who have businesses who kind of offset their tax write-offs to season tickets because they can bring clients to the game, try and get business. See what I mean? Stuff like that. So I know a lot of guys who do that. But again, I mean, unless you're really successful, you won't be able to write this one off as a tax break. I tell you that.
No.
unless you're in a multi-million-dollar business, you know what I mean? It's like, damn, man, it's just brutal. That I mean, imagine that 175 grand for a PSL just for the rights to buy your season ticket.
That is wild. I mean, that's the question. I
don't forget, isn't that PSL though? If, say, for example, you wanted to sell that PSL is yours after you've paid for it, yeah.
Yeah.
Forever and ever. So, but
forever and ever.
You could sell that PSL to somebody else.
You can.
If you're going to get rid of your season tickets and go, you know what, I'm not going anymore. You can sell. At least you can sell the PSL. At least you might be able to get some of the money back. But man, that is brutal. Like,
I mean, it really is. I mean, I'm looking at it there. I mean, straight up, like I'm looking at the middle. It was about like 50-yard line. It was like 114 grand for a PSL, which is like, wow. You know what I mean? This is ridiculous. I mean, there are benefits.
Is that like the creme seats, like the best seats, or was that?
No, that's lower. That's lower down. That's lower down.
Okay. I mean, I've heard the range 225,000 for their best ones, their PSLs. 225,000.
It's crazy, isn't it? It's absolutely mental.
Like, just choose have a fucking license to actually buy your season ticket.
So what I was saying there is, are they basically pricing out the average fan? For want of a better term, we're done. Yeah, I mean, like Scott says here, all-inclusive food and beverages. You know, it's except liquor. Yeah, I get that completely. There was one I saw there, and it was like VIP lounge, all the passes, all the field passes, and all that stuff.
There will be ones that will include booze, and there'll be other ones that won't. You know what I mean? There'll probably be ones that will include the booze, like. Yeah, but again, I mean, Scotty, you're right there. The PSL often includes priority access to other events as well, not just the NFL games. Yeah, I get it, because it's your seat for every event. You could have it.
You have it for anything.
Which that is cool. Like, don't mean that is really cool. If you want to go and see a Taylor Swift concert, whatever the hell you want to watch, you know, yeah, great. You've got access guaranteed first. You're first up on those seats. Fantastic. But man, 175 grand for some of these seats. Damn, man, that's. And then you got to pay the ticket on price on top of that. That doesn't include it.
Which was about 30 grand. I mean, what was Monica's? Yeah, 52 grand a ticket. And bearing in mind, she's got 3 season tickets right now in exactly the same spot.
She had 4.
So, 4. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, 4. So there's 200,000 straight away, and then you've got 175 grand for a PSL. So you took $1 million. Or $1 million? No, that's
even over a 10-year deal. That's still going to be even more because of the percentage of the.
Yeah, so you're looking. Hang on, love. Sorry, I've got to drop 105k to the Commanders. No, that's not happening. One really interesting thing that I did see was the strategy that they've talked about was an end zone, as Rod mentioned in there, the wall. He said an end zone season ticket they're calling the Wall of Fans. Which is $1.5 grand a season ticket and 3.1k in PSL, and they are going to make it almost like and trying to make it like the old seat cushion gaze where it bounces. Yeah,
that'd be pretty cool to be in part of that, though. That'd be pretty cool. Even if you do it once, that's still pretty cool to do. You know what I mean? Like I think being involved.
But they're going to have to start winning here because the stadium. Are people going to take this up?
And I was just gonna say that. I said this team better bring on a winning product because let's face it, Raiders haven't since they got this new stadium. You know, and it's only. I mean, I'd say it's only half full, and it's full of people who are there for Vegas for the weekend. You know, it isn't like it isn't the old Oakland fans that are traveling over. There's some, but most of them are not doing that. You know, because the crazy prices. You know, it's insane. So because that's a big tourist city. They can get away with it more, where they'll go out and pay $1,000 for a seat from one match, you know, a ticket.
That's you're right, Scott G, in what you're saying there. You're saying corporations will buy. Yeah, that's it. It's the prawn sandwich brigade. Let's look at it from our point of view as well. We've seen this. We've seen people being priced out of our own sport. What was Burrows paying at the weekend to go and watch Spurs? 90 quid a ticket or something for an adult, and 65 for a child. I mean, by the time you've got...
The thing is there, before all that, I mean, I know you got the travel and people listening are going to go, well, that's fuck all. 90 quid a game is not bad. But the difference is we're playing like 60 games.
Yeah.
No, the NFL, you're looking to play 21, whether it is 22 games, and half of them are away. So this is why it's difficult. That's why it's different. It's like, oh, well, you're paying $1,000 or whatever, but actually we're having treble the games. Just before people start thinking, hey, wait there a minute, you're moaning about 90 quid a ticket, and we're paying $1,000. Do you know what I mean? Because what they're paying, $8 games, you're paying $1,000 a game. So it's kind of, so it's levels. There's levels to it all, but I mean, it's still. But we'll see. We have a hell of a lot more games, though. That's the problem. And our guys and our fans do go to every game. Like, oh, let's go to 2 or 3 games, like we do. Like we're the fake fans who come over for 1 or 2 games even there.
I wouldn't say we're fake fans, but I know what you mean. Yeah.
Whereas these are where like you Spurs or Liverpool or whatever, you follow home and away, and you would do it. You know what I mean? Yeah,
but you're getting priced out as well. You're getting priced out of going to see your team because of the Prawn Sandwich Brigade, as we call them. These Prawn Sandwich Brigade, for those who don't know what that term means, is the people who sit in corporate eating prawn sandwiches. And as Scott G said,
don't care about the game, don't care about the players or the fans or the game either at all. It's just a case of they're using it for, as I say, trying to get more business, trying to show off or whatever. That's the Prawn Sandwich Brigade.
Yeah, I just think corporate's awful, mate, if you go and do a corporate day. I mean, in the NFL, maybe it's different, but at football or rugby or anything like that, it's just people just get up, take the piss. They do drinking all the time. They're constantly up. It's awful. It is awful. But you're right, Scott. It's not NFL. Is not a poor man's game now. Corporations will buy it. Government officials will buy it. Yeah,
Who plays the game? Who plays the game? Who are the players? Most of the guys are poor.
Originally, yeah, they would be. They'll come from poor backgrounds. Absolutely, yeah.
Come from poor backgrounds, broken homes, all that. That's why half the guys, unfortunately, still are gangsters, even though they play football. Some guys are still gangsters. There's still that out there. They come from poor backgrounds. Yes, the ones you paying for it, obviously, aren't, because it weeds out the brokies, doesn't it? Let's face it.
I'm not trying to be funny, but with the NRL that's going on at the moment and the deals that are happening in college football, it's NIL, even not NRL. NRL, rugby league.
It's changing the game, definitely. Like, players are staying in college more now
because they're getting paid. Like who is it? I can't remember who it was. I think it was. I can't remember who it was. It's a quarterback, the one who's gone back to school, went back to Oregon.
Moore.
Is it Simpson? Is it Moore? Is that who it is?
The one who's meant to. Quarterbacks have gone back to school.
Yeah, he's gone back to school. I can't remember. It might be.
I can't remember who the other one.
I think it might be. He would get more money playing for them than it is more. Well done, thanks, Scott. He would get more money playing for them on his current deal than he would do if he was drafted number 2 in the NFL. Which just baffles my mind.
Why would you come to the NFL and get your head taken off when you can play college, where it's like half it's physical? Do you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, I mean, it wouldn't make sense to come out early. You don't need to anymore. I mean, I always remember Leonard Fournette, the running back. I mean, he came out at like 20 years old. You know what I mean? Why? Because the family was skins and basically has to look after all the family. So he came out early. And he went top 5 actually in the draft, but then he lasted a few years because he got battered all the way. You know what I mean? And that's the problem with running backs; they only last for so long, most because nature of the beast. So now they can stay in. Now they can stay in college a lot more. You don't get anywhere near as much physicality, really. So it's a win-win for these guys. And the problem is now you're going to be getting 25-year-old rookies coming out.
It's weird, and it's going to be strange.
And that's the problem.
Really odd.
I think JD was 24, wasn't he? 23, 24?
23, I think, yeah.
Did he come out then? And Drake May was 21. He was 3 years younger. So that was one of the pros for Drake May over JD at the start, when we were doing the comparisons, so before we drafted him. But we would. But again, Drake May didn't have to. He could have stayed in college and, so he's playing there now, probably. He would be.
He wanted to.
You know, and I'm earning millions. I mean, I think Arch Manning earned something like $6 million last year in college.
Wow. Is he at Texas?
Yeah. Crazy, man.
It is mental, but there you go. We'll move on to the divisional rounds, which will...
You're right there, mate. Yeah, that's for 1 year. The NAL deal is 1 year deals every year.
Yeah, I get that.
Until you get longer contracts. But the thing is, mate, as you know, people get out of these contracts all the time. They're always trying to cut people, cap rules, you know what I mean? So these contracts don't mean shit half the time. Half the time, it's just a case of what's the guaranteed. You know what I mean? And that's all.
Yeah, I get you.
That's all it's about. As a capologist, it's a bit different, but still, as a player, you're like, what's the guarantees? Fuck this 5-year, $200 million deal. Like, what's the guarantees? If it's 60 mil, that's what I'm getting. You know, 5 years, 60 mil. That's what I'm getting. Anything else is a bonus. So that's the mentality of it. You know, for longer deals for those type of players. And even then, that's the elite of the elite to get that contract anyway.
Absolutely. I mean, Indiana average age of starters is 2 years less than Green Bay's. I mean, that's mad, isn't it?
Bang average / bum players playing in college are earning millions now. You guys who probably wouldn't make it to the NFL, they're earning like £500,000, £1 million a year, or $1 million a year. For guys who probably wouldn't even make the draft, some of them. That's the difference.
It's mental.
Now.
It's mental, isn't it? It really is crazy how they opened.
I don't think for the better either. I think for the worse.
Genuine question here. 13 seasons here. Bobby Wagner. Let's just take him for an example then, right? Yeah, he's exception to the rule. He's going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. We know that. 13 seasons, top of his game. Genuinely, though, how much do you think he's earned in that 13 seasons?
Bobby Wagner. 80 mil?
118 mil. So all I'm saying there is, from the other side of the coin, if you can have a career and you can do well in the NFL and you can get to that second, third contract, you're going to get generational wealth then. You have wealth that you'll never even look at. I mean, Bobby, what's he doing? Why is he even looking to think, I need a ring? You're 118 million, dude. You're telling me you're telling me you haven't banked 100 mil and gone, you know what, I can live off 18 mil.
It's amazing how many people spend their money like it's nothing, though.
I know, it's crazy.
I get broke still, and it's crazy but the problem is that these guys aren't just looking after their nuclear family.
I know that.
They're looking after 30 people down the road. You know what I mean? Like cousins of cousins of cousins, and they're paying for them. And it's like, well, why should they be paying for them? You know, they didn't get a job. You know what I mean? Like, they understand his mum and dad. They understand maybe his brothers. You know, all that. Like the closer unit family. I get that. But these guys that come out of the woodwork leeching off you. No, mate, fuck them guys. Right off. I don't care who they are. Like, nah, man.
Agreed. Last bit of news.
You know what I mean?
Last bit of news that we've got was just announced was the finalists for the NFL awards and the honours. We can talk through them just basically quickly, and you give me your take on who you think. So MVP, we have Matt Stafford, Drake May, Josh Allen, Christian McCaffrey, and Trevor Lawrence. It's not even close, and it shouldn't be close. It's got to be Drake May for MVP. I'm sorry, his stats are so much better than Matt Stafford's. If Matt Stafford wins a Super Bowl, though...
Well, yeah. Well, we're going to find out this week, I think. I genuinely believe... I mean, I think the Rams are going to get knocked out by Seattle anyway. I mean, you know my anyway. You know my bracket anyway from last week, but which is still going.
Good man.
But yeah. But I for me, you say, yeah, I just think...
Would you go McCaffrey?
That's the other one, because at the end of the day, he's the guy who's been basically abused all season, and he stayed healthy.
yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah. Every other player.
The whole team has ridden on him. Let's be fair.
Yeah, exactly. Purdy, drop it off to him, hand it off to him, drop it off to him, hand it off to him, drop it off to him. 5-yard, 10-yard pass to him. That's all it is. Like, that's 90% of their offense. If he goes down, the Niners are done. End of story. That's MVP. That's most valuable player. Yeah. So for me, yeah. I mean, is he going to get it? No, of course he won't get it. But it's always a quarterback, especially if a quarterback's playing like well very well. And
it will be Stafford. It will be Stafford. I mean, Scott G's saying Stafford, but it's Drake May for me. As in, like, if you look at it statistically and what he's done, it should be Drake May.
What you're looking at here as well, I think what you'll find, NFL are going to go, he's old. May's not. May's got plenty of time to get his MVPs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where Stafford, this might be his only chance to get one, because I don't think next year, I don't think he get the level next year. I think, Stafford's 36 now, something like that. So,
he might even retire.
yeah, he might even retire. He's been struggling with an elbow problem, for a while that he keeps playing through. Which obviously makes it more impressive that he's done a good season with an elbow problem. But, it's kind of that thing of, it's kind of like, his career's coming to an end. So it might be the only time he ever gets it. Because I don't think he's ever got MVP before, has he? I'm not sure.
No, I don't know. I'm not sure on that one either. I'd have to have a look. I don't think he has, though.
I don't know for sure. I don't think he's won an MVP before. So I think that would be, because of the way the NFL rolls, I just think it'll be Stafford. Even though I think personally McCarthy should be right up there for it. To be honest, he hasn't.
Coach of the year's been announced as well. So it's Ben Johnson, Liam Cohen, Mike McDonald, Kyle Shanahan, and Mike Vrabel. It's a tough one, Coach of the Year. There, I mean, Vrabel's done a brilliant job with the Pats. Ben Johnson, you've got to give him his due as well. He's done very well. Liam Cohen's been unreal at the Jags. Let's be fair.
Yeah, that run he went on was crazy. Like, I mean, the first half of the season, he was dog shit. Let's face it.
Yeah, they were crap.
You got pumped at Wembley. You've left early.
Unreal. Yeah, it was.
And then straight away, and then obviously when that massive run. Now again, that just catching lightning in a bottle. I don't know. Maybe. Hopefully for Jags and your missus it isn't, but it could be. And that's why I don't think Cohen's going to be the guy who's going to get it.
It's going to be Vrabel. It should be, most likely.
The NFL has a nice affinity with the Pats as well for a long, long time. So, yeah, I can see that. I mean, Vrabel's. I'm not saying he's getting it because it's just the Pats, but they always get a bit more exposure. You know what I mean? Like Seattle, for me, are the best team in this NFL. And
I think so too.
And they're getting nothing, and they're getting no television besides on the West Coast. You know what I mean? They don't get no love. So it's kind of like, I'm not saying Donald but McDonald. I think is it McDonald? Is it the
Mike McDonald? Yeah,
McDaniel.
Mike McDaniel was at Miami. Yeah.
So I mean, he's done a fantastic job. So that defense is mean. Really,
it's crazy.
Mean, and we'll see it again this week. Stafford's going to get his ass pumped. I'm telling you.
We'll get onto that in a second.
And that might be, if May has a great game in their game, and Stafford doesn't, that might be the difference for the MVP as well. Even though it shouldn't be, because MVP is technically a regular season award.
It is a regular season award.
Playoffs, but it does because it affects people's minds. Even though,
of course it does. I won't go into assistant coach of the year. I'm not really interested in that, to be fair. But
who's on that? Who's on the list for that?
Flores, Clint Kubiak, Vic Fangio, Josh McDaniels, and Vance Joseph. Clint Kubiak's had a great season. So's Josh McDaniels, to be fair, with the Pats.
He is Texans OC, isn't he?
Yes, I believe so.
I think C.J. Stroud fell apart at the end of the year. I mean,
we'll get onto that. Yeah, we'll get onto that again.
I don't think he should be anywhere near assistant coach of the year.
Where is Clint Kubiak?
I'm sure Clint Kubiak is the Texans. Could be wrong, like again. I only really focus on us more than other teams, but I'm sure he's Texans. Is Clint
Kubiak not at the Broncos?
Oh, is he the Broncos?
I'm not sure actually. No, he's at Seattle. Fuck's sake, he's the OC at Seattle. Yeah, he's the OC at Seattle. Sorry about that. That's my fault.
Yeah.
I get slapped in the face as well for that. And then.
Okay,
and then Scott G's.
I think Seattle are the best team in the league, so he's done a good job. So my bad.
I do know who he is. I was just looking, going. Yeah. I remember him at the Vikings.
I just don't know who he was at. You know what I mean? It's like, I thought he was. My bad.
And he was at the Saints as well. I remember that like a couple of years back. But I just thought,
Where is he? I had him as the Broncos, but I know he's at Seattle. So yeah, fair enough. It just rattled my head. Then I was thinking, where's he going? Offensive Player of the Year: Puka Nacua, Bijan Robinson, Christian McCaffrey, JSN, or Drake May. Tough. I love Puka Nacua. I think he's had an amazing season. But Jackson Smith-Njigba is the best wide receiver in the NFL. End of.
He's getting double teamed. He's still producing.
Yeah. Is Christian McCaffrey right up there, as we just spoke about? Bijan is probably the only one I look at that and go, no.
Bijan, it's just that he's in a bad team. You know what I mean? Like load of talent, just a bad team, though. Just don't get it.
So if you give MVP to Stafford, does Drake May then get Offensive Player of the Year?
But again, doesn't that kind of like not make any? Does that make sense? If the MVP is a offensive player and he doesn't get Offensive Player of the Year, what's that about?
It's two different awards, isn't it? Yeah. No, it's two different awards. It's completely.
But MVP is most valuable player. But if you're going to view it as an offensive player, surely he should be the Offensive Player of the Year as well, shouldn't he?
I don't know who puts this together.
Wouldn't that make logical sense? No?
Yes, it would. Defensive Player of the Year: Micah Parsons, Will Anderson Jr., Aiden Hutchinson, Nick Bonito, and Myles Garrett.
Wow. Some dudes there, man.
It's not even close. It's not even close. Nick Bonito's had an amazing season, but Myles Garrett's got to get this.
But yeah,
he's broke the sack record.
We know he's a beast. We know he's a beast, and he probably will get it. But man, like some of those dudes, man, they've been. Will Anderson's been.
Will Anderson's been amazing. He's been amazing. The only two on there that I'm a little bit questioning is Aiden Hutchinson.
He's had a good season, but not that good.
But not amazing.
Yeah,
and Micah Parsons done his ACL. So
if you miss like half a season, you can't be in the running for these type of things. You know what I mean?
Next one is Comeback Player of the Year: Christian McCaffrey, Stephon Diggs, Trevor Lawrence, Aiden Hutchinson, and Dak Prescott.
Dak Prescott. Well, that's a Dallas thing, isn't it? America's team.
Why is he on there? What's he coming back from?
What did he do?
Did he have an injury?
Yeah,
there you go. Yeah, I mean, I get it. Stephon Diggs is.
He had an ACL.
Nah, he had an ACL.
He had an ACL. Like that's not like life ending, life threatening.
It's not Jamar Hamlin or Alex Smith, is it? You know what I mean?
Exactly. It's under that type of shit. And Comeback Player of the Year. I mean, it's probably going to be CMC because he's had so many injuries, man. Like,
yeah. What's Trevor Lawrence doing on this list? I mean, because you were shit.
That concussion he had. He had one concussion. He got nailed. Remember that?
But what is it? It's because you've been shit for 2 years. Now you're actually pretty good.
And you play well for a change.
Yeah, strange. Offensive rookie.
Comeback player, you've got to be good at some point before an injury or something.
Yeah, of course.
And then come back to that level. You know what I mean? That's what the comeback player is for me. That's not, So
these next ones are pretty hard. Offensive rookie of the year: Tetro McMillan, Tyler Shuck, Emeka Egbuka, Travion Henderson, and Jackson Dart.
Oh man, I don't like that because I think if it was the first half of the season, I would have said Egbuka, but the second half of the season he went missing.
Nowhere, yeah, absolutely.
So for me, that's like nah.
Henderson's been decent all season. Travion Henderson's been decent.
But again, he gets used in weird ways. It's kind of like sometimes he gets like 20 carries. The next game he gets 3, and it's like, what's that about? He had a good game the game before. Stevenson was him and Stevenson and like this. McMillan is good. It has been solid.
Tet McMillan's the one for me. He should get that award because he's Tet McMillan, Tyler Shuck.
Again, got better the last 6-7 games. He looked like a real quarterback before that. He looked the first 3 games.
the final person was Jackson Dart.
No, I mean again he's done okay, but not offensive rookie of the year level.
No chance. No chance.
Anderson.
And then
I wouldn't go Henderson, mate. I think Tetro McMillan myself, but there you go.
Because he ended up being like really the wide receiver 1 out there.
He was wide receiver 1 in Carolina, without shadow of a doubt. Yeah, he was it.
Let's face it, he's got a bang average quarterback there. Young.
Yeah.
And Young just throws the spots. He doesn't throw for plays, he throws the spots. So it's a different way of kind of as a receiver knowing where you got to be. And you got to make sure you better be there. And I think McMillan. Yeah, I think McMillan's probably been the best one out of them. To be fair, Henderson
rookie.
But he's just in and out. You just don't know what you're going to get.
And then final category is Defensive Rookie of the Year: Carson Schwessinger, James Pierce Jr., Xavier Watts, Abdul Carter, and Nick Amanawari. It's not even close here. It's Carson Schwessinger. Has to be.
For me, yeah.
So good. So good as a middle linebacker. He's amazing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's good.
Yeah, so I'm looking at the stats here. That it says the choice. Someone's putting here the choice is clear. It's Drake May. I mean, if you look at it, say 17 games, 14-3, 12-5. This is Stafford and May. 4,394 yards for May, 4,707 for Stafford, and then it's passing averages. It's 8.9, 7.9. It's close, but yeah, I mean. You're right, Scott. It probably will be Stafford. It is close through all of it. Passer rating and all that sort of stuff is kind of almost the same. Do you count rushing touchdowns, or are you just going on thrown touchdowns? Because that's not close. Matthew Stafford's way ahead.
But he can't run. He's got the zero
because
speed.
He can't run. Yeah, he's got 46. He's got 46 touchdowns against 8 interceptions. Drake May's 31 against 8, but he's got 4 rushing touchdowns as well. So,
and don't forget though as well. Look what Drake May's playing with. Look at their receivers compared to the Rams receivers. It's a bit different. It's levels again there. I mean, the Rams probably got the best wide receiver core in the league. Being honest.
Yeah, with Devontae Adams and Puka Nacua. Yeah,
the guy you just stole to at the 1 yard line. I mean, they'll be using for that. They're using for anything else. You got Devontae Adams just to do that one thing, and then you've got Nacua.
Yeah, who's the other?
He's probably been the best receiver this year, along with Jigba. Them two have been the best receivers by a mile.
100%, yeah.
And you're just thinking, it's nice when you've got a quarterback who can get the ball to them, but these guys are going to get open,
Well, we'll discuss.
Who's Drake May got?
Stephon Diggs. Booty. Keyshawn Booty.
Yeah, and he's been scoring recently.
He's been all right. Yeah, he's not been too bad.
He's leveling up some bang average dudes. Now, Diggs obviously was better than that, but his level dropped. Let's face it. Before his ACL, you know what I mean? As soon as he got booted out of Minnesota, he was not it. You know what I mean? So, he's not playing with much, and his tight end is what? Hunter Henry. I mean, he's okay.
Hunter Henry.
He's all right. He's not like he's not gonna win you a game. You know what I mean? He's not one of them type of guys. He's not a Gronk, or he's not a Kelsey in his prime or nothing like that. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, so for me, May's done a lot more.
Yeah, I think so. With what he's there. Yeah, but there you go. Lifetime Achievement MVP award will tip the scales. Yeah, exactly. I like that, Scott. We'll get on to. We'll talk a little bit about the divisional round then, mate. Obviously, Bears 17, Rams 20. Buzzer beater there. Good game. Yeah, I mean, Caleb Williams, what the fuck was he doing at the end?
Ridiculous, wasn't it? I mean, I thought that would have been a running game for both teams because of the cold. But it actually was a passing game.
It's crazy.
The passing game was crazy. These two guys were just launching the ball 50 times and stuff. It was crazy. In mine,
and I tell you what, that play by Caleb, to be fair, to keep it alive, I was like, wow, and to score a touchdown. Was it to Loveland? I think it was to Loveland, wasn't it? That touchdown, unbelievable. Yeah. Then we're going to get into.
That's what he's good at, though, rolling out and making something off the cuff. Even though it's kind of a, it's kind of a scripted play, but it doesn't look like one because of the way Caleb is. Because Caleb he doesn't want to stay in the pocket. He always wants to run out. Always, and his arm strength is great. You know what I mean? He can get there. It's just, it just looks like a taller Kyler Murray to a certain extent. How he plays the game.
It was a crazy play that. Obviously, we'll get into it a little bit more, but on the next one, the Patriots 28, Texans 16.
This was a crazy game with so many interceptions. Sorry, so many fumbles and turnovers. It was madness
for a long time in that game. Yeah.
And I've got to give credit to the Pats defense as well. Was unreal. But that. Was it Cole Kmet? Was it? I thought it was Loveland. Sorry, mate.
To try and have
okay, fair enough. I didn't know. I knew it was a tight end, but I was like, which one? I couldn't remember which one it was. But yeah, that was a crazy game. That Pats game. I mean, CJ Stroud. Wow. I mean, we'll get into that.
How many times did he turn it over? How many times did him on his own turn it over?
5.
On his own.
8 turnovers in total on the team, but he was 5. So. To that end, Tim Town has put a question into us saying, you are the Texans GM and CJ Stroud has just entered his final year of his rookie deal, which is true. How has he progressed? Do you invest mass dollars to extend him or not? I ask this because I heard a stat that shows none of the top 10 highest paid AAV quarterbacks have won a Super Bowl. Mahomes is now outside of the top 10. If CJ Stroud is extended, what does this bring for future contracts when it comes to us getting JD5's contract?
Well, we already know if the JD plays
70 mil.
Yeah, it's going to be 70 mil a year. Like that's just going to be the going rate at that point. You know, unfortunately, that's 2 years down the line. But yeah, you're looking at that. Yeah, I mean, so would you extend Stroud?
CJ Stroud. Yeah.
I think you have to. I think you have to. I know you're gonna. Obviously, it depends what kind of money we're looking at, and it's gonna be, he's probably gonna want to reset the market.
Of course, he is. It's gonna be 55. It's gonna be 55 minimum, isn't it? Because that's the going rate now.
And that's the problem. He's young enough, but that last game definitely, or the last couple of games, because even before they fumbled a lot, his defense kept him in games. You know what I mean? And won them games. The man kept them in it. Actually won them games. So
they did, yeah.
It's a tough one, really. But once you've got a quarterback that you think that you can potentially win with, you got to keep him. You can't let him walk. You just can't do it. You can't do it.
So looking at this, then
if we had CJ Stroud and we went, 55 mil, or we're going to be back to fucking Garrett Gilbert and fucking these other dudes. I'm paying 55 mil for Stroud. To see what I mean? So
yeah,
that's where the Texans don't want to be. You don't want to be looking at David Carr again. You don't see me like those type of level of quarterbacks that were meant to be better than they were, and this didn't happen. So it's just kind of you've got a quarterback. Yes, he needs to sort his handling out definitely. His fumbling issue that's more recent because he has been very, very good most of the season of not actually giving the turn the ball over. So the last few games that he's been really bad at it. So he needs to get that out of his head. So for me, I'd still try and sign him if I can.
I mean, I'm looking at here. I think, believe it or not, Patrick Mahomes is 15th on the list of QBs.
Yeah, but he didn't play that well, and he was injured. So I mean,
yeah, he's on 45 mil a year. Kirk Cousins is on 45 mil a year. Deshaun Watson 46. Kyler Murray 46.1. Jalen Hurts 51. Lamar Jackson 52. Justin Herbert 52.5, Brock Purdy 53, Jared Goff 53, Tua 53.1, Trevor Lawrence 55, Jordan Love 55, Josh Allen 55, Joe Burrow
55 mil.
Yeah. Josh Allen 55, Joe Burrow 55, and Dak Prescott 60. He's the highest paid at the minute. That is crazy.
He has bent Jerry over all for years.
Oh, ridiculous. So he's probably going to be in and around, I would say, to answer Tim's question, he's going to be in and around Justin Herbert level, Brock Purdy level, 53. I think that's about right for CJ Stroud. 53, 55, maybe in between. Is he better than Trevor Lawrence on his day? Probably. I would argue, yes, he probably is. Is he better than Jordan Love? Not for me. Is he better than Justin Herbert? Not for me. So it's...
Am I the only one? I just don't rate Love that much. I think he's okay. No, he's...
I'm not saying Love...
above average, maybe. I mean, I don't say he was great or good. I say he's above average. And 55 mil.
That's a lot of money.
Green Bay paid
That's
that.
a lot of money.
I know. I'm with you.
Every Stroud above Love, to be honest.
I'm not saying I rate him above Love. I rate him above. Is he better than Trevor Lawrence? Yes. Is he better than Brock Purdy? Yes. Brock Purdy's getting $53 million, but would you say who would you rather have, Justin Herbert or CJ Stroud? I'd have Herbert every day of the week.
Yeah, I'd have Herbert
twice on Sundays. He's getting 53, so it's like it's got to be somewhere around there.
Yeah, it's times, isn't it? Like when did Herbert get his contract? Was it last year, the year before? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's too.
You know it's going to go up because the cap goes up, so it's always going to raise the price.
Of course, it is.
Anyway, so I just think you're probably right. He's probably going to be about that 55 mark. You're probably right.
Yeah, I think so. I
think it's probably a little high, but again, what do you do for the Texans? If you've got the money,
you're going to have to do something. You
got to
have to do something.
Quarterback, and then you're going to have what? Who's your backup? You know what I mean?
It's long neck. What's his name? Davis Mills.
Davis Mills, and then you haven't got. And okay, so you got Davis Mills. You might play well for one game and then awful. That's it. You know, that's Davis Mills for you. You know, hence his backup. The reason for it, he's not consistent enough. You know, and then you've got the draft. So you go, you know what? I'll draft a quarterback. There's none in there. There's no one available. And where they're going to be drafting is probably what in the late 20s, mid to late 20s.
Yeah,
there's going to be nobody.
27.
Yeah, there's going to be nobody who's going to be really good thinking, you know what, I really need to pick this guy in the first. There's just nobody there. You might get lucky like a Brock Purdy style if you get, but that's genuine luck. Like if you're looking at a true, you want a home run on your draft. There isn't any quarterbacks that are home runs in this draft.
No.
So for me, unfortunately, Texas are kind of
even Mendoza isn't. Even Mendoza as a winner, as Indiana won the league, Mendoza is not or won the college football playoffs. He is not a sure thing.
Yeah, Mendoza.
This is not the 2024 draft.
He's just,
where you had 5-6 QBs. Do you know what I mean? You were like, this is unbelievable.
Everyone was digging on Bo Nix. Bo Nix, just knocked out Josh Allen. Played in the broken ankle for the last couple of plays.
Oh, yeah,
you know what I mean? Like that's Bo Nix. Yeah, you know what I mean. This is really the worst quarterback out of a lot of them in that draft in the first.
Well, I don't know what about
first round because he was right. He was picked off.
Yeah, but he's not the worst. He was rated the worst.
Yeah, people were saying at the start that he was the worst quarterback to come out, as in out of those level of players, those quarterbacks.
Yeah, JJ McCarthy's a fucking bust, mate. Let's be fair.
As I called it.
I
called that before he even got drafted. The guy's a bum. He needs an amazing run game to be able to do anything. He's a game manager. That's all he is. He can't win a game on his own back. He can't do it. And he's been proving it. He's proven it in the NFL.
And he's injured all the time.
As well. And the first season, unfortunately, he missed his first season too. So it's kind of like, McCarthy's the bust. But the thing is like, people saying, Bo Nix, he's not that good. He's a bit older.
I think it's okay.
He's more than okay. He's a very good quarterback. He's proven that he can win games with himself. You know what I mean? Like, he can win the game for a team. That's what you need from a quarterback. He doesn't have to be like Mahomes. You've got to be a guy who can win it when you really need him to. You know what I mean? When the going gets tough, he's there. And Bo Nix was this season. I thought he was really, really good this year.
So do I.
Especially the King, into the playoffs and latter end of the season, fourth quarter comebacks and all this. It's outstanding. Penix injury prone. I told you that start, and he got picked ahead of Nix, and then and obviously the Williams and the JD.
Williams, JD, and Drake May.
Yeah, I mean, you're never going to miss out on the first three. If you're picking first three, you're going to be up for a winner. It doesn't matter who you really got, to be honest, out of them three. You're thinking you're going to get somebody really, really good. So, it's when people start messing up. I say picking Penix at 7 was the worst.
It's crazy.
Atlanta again, mate, fucking awful.
I know, it's just madness. It's just madness.
But yeah, I mean, so for me, if I'm Texans, going back to the point, if I'm Texans, you've got to sign them. You got no other choice. Yeah. How many other quarterbacks on the free agency? That's going to be really good. You think, you know what, he could be definite fit starter and as good as Stroud. There's going to be nobody out there unless they're really
Danny Dimes.
Yeah, but coming off an Achilles, you know what I mean?
No.
And he's mobile. That was part of his main part of his game, really. So he's really good at running. So
Kirk Cousins.
See, he can't move at all. again,
Yeah.
Achilles a year earlier. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, these guys are, nah, man. As I'm saying, if you're Texans and you want to stay in the playoffs, you better get them. You better sign them up.
Agreed. Seahawks 41, 49ers 6. Started off with an immediate Raheed Shaheed run back off a kickoff. So kickoff return for a touchdown. I was like, hang on a minute, dude, the dude's just scored more points than the 49ers put up in the entire game. I mean, it's just mental. What a game this was by the Seahawks, who, again, Darnold coming off an oblique. It's like, the oblique injury popped up on the injury report Thursday, and then you're like, oh, okay, this is interesting because, you need your obliques to throw. You need to twist your body.
They would have sat the game as well, weren't they? Saturday night game.
They were. I mean, what a game this was by Seattle. Unreal. They were absolutely. From start to finish, they just took over that game.
Yeah. I mean, didn't have the injuries that, again, for Niners. I think they're just as injury prone as we are. I mean,
well, there's that whole thing about about EMF, isn't there? Have you heard about that? Electromagnetic fields.
The training field's close to like this big.
It's a substation.
Substation.
Yeah. And I've worked with EMF. I work with EMF technologies. It is a real thing. You do get radiation from EMF. It's an absolute real thing. We have to warn about it, so we work with it a lot in those places.
More than normal, according to
I saw that
anyway of what their level
it does target cartilage, soft tissues as well. Cartilage and soft tissue is kind of where it would affect, because for want of a better term, what it does is it actually just internally boils your ligaments and soft tissues. So knees, elbows, shoulders. That's kind of anything that's got a socket. Yeah, anywhere that's kind of got a socket, you're struggling.
And if you've got cartilage, mate.
And if you've got that's your field. And then if you go right, well, I'm going to look at it. If you've got certain things like pacemakers, whatever else, that can completely, absolutely knock you for 6. Even things like knee implants or metal screws, anything like that, it can be a struggle.
A lot of these guys
where you are.
Involved in previous surgeries, they're going to have metal.
Of course they are. You've had an ACL somewhere else, and you go, "Oh, I'm going to turn up at the 49ers," and then your knee starts going, "What's going on?"
Like going green. Like, what's going on here?
Honestly, it's crazy. I think there might actually be something in that.
Well, to be fair, what I read was they are the most, over the last 10 years, they're the most injured team over the last 10-year period. Even ahead of we've been the worst this year, but overall, on average, over the past 10 years, they're the number 1 most injured team, and by quite a lot as well. So and they have had that thing ever since they were to Santa Clara, which was probably about that time, 10 years ago, something like that, wasn't it? Santa Clara. So I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense. So they've got to move, man. They've got to move that training.
Got to move that facility. Get moved.
Hey, if your $100 million players going down every year because of fucking training in that, and turning a luminous yellow when they're playing, then they need to move it out, don't they?
I know a bubble that you can borrow from Ashburn. Yeah, we only require 1 first-round draft pick in Christian McCaffrey. Thanks very much. But yeah, man, it was utter domination. And the final one, which had a lot of controversy on, was the Broncos 33, the Bills 30. Now, was it a catch? Wasn't it? Was it an interception? Mate, I don't know. I don't really know what a catch is now. I'm lost, because for me, when I initially saw that, I was like, he's down. He's down by contact. He's down. His side, his arse is down. Then the defenders rip the ball out, and then it's has he survived the catch? Then I look back at it.
That's the problem.
I look back at it, and I was like, it isn't it. Then I'm thinking it's an interception. Letter of the law says it's an interception. The referees, this was a tough game for the Bills.
I genuinely believe the referees have been told to do this.
Wow.
I really do. They're the only They're the only. We mentioned it before. These
we have
professional sports that aren't professional. Why is that?
Don't know.
Well, because the NFL can't afford to make them professional. Don't think so. So what's the reason? It's so they could say, oh, these are part-timers, and there's no regulation, there's no referees, fucking association that's got any power. You know what I mean? But if you're actually a professional organization, you'd have a professional union. It'd be different, yeah. You know what I mean? So I just think they might have one. It's not the same. Do you know what I mean? Like, they just, oh yeah, we'll listen to you, but no, they actually have real power if they're a professional organization, and they're not. So that's the reason. That's the only reason why. Why wouldn't you? Why would you not want that?
Do you think the Bills got? Do you think the Bills got screwed here, or do you think it's down to the Broncos? Because I thought Josh Allen had a fucking nightmare. Being honest,
what was he doing at the half? Just take a knee, bro. What are you doing? Like, you're not going to run the whole way. What are you doing?
Then you give the ball. You give the ball away at the half. You give the ball away at the half. There, Denver are able to kick an extra 3 points. They're up by 10. That's that game. That's the game in a nutshell. Exactly what you just said. That has caused the problem. And Josh Allen needs this. I mean, I don't want to be this person. I love Josh Allen. I think he's a great quarterback. I think he's fantastic at what he does. But he's a fucking choke artist, mate. Is he a choke artist? He can't get past. He can't get past to the bowl. He can't.
He's got a ridiculous ego, mate. That's the problem. Have you noticed, every single time it should be a run play, it's got to be him doing it.
Strange.
You know what? I thought the whole season, not just like.
Although James Cook's had an amazing season, let's be fair.
Well, he's been great between the 20s, and then he has got some touchdowns. Don't get me wrong, but it's only when he's breaking one for a touchdown. He's not getting those short yardage touchdowns. Cook. It's always Josh Allen with the fucking run, always, or the fake tush push that they try and do, try and get that 4th and 1. Every time it's always Josh Allen. It's like it can't just be that you're just using him for that reason. Like, he's built like a running back, so it's fine. No, that is part of his ego, man. That run play where he ran and then fumbled it for the
I know. Madness.
Again, another ego move. He's playing hero ball. What are you doing? Like, this is the playoffs. This isn't a fucking friendly game. This isn't preseason. What are you doing? It's stupidity. Stupidity. Yeah. And that's ego making poor decisions for him there. I really do. He comes across as a nice, cool guy. He's ego 20, bro. He is ego 20.
There you go. So the championship matchups then. We have the Pats versus the Broncos. The Rams versus the Seahawks. What was your bracket?
For the Seahawks?
No, yeah. What was your bracket? Was it Seahawks? Who was your
Seahawks Rams? Yeah.
Oh right, yeah. Who did you have in the Super Bowl?
Oh, in the Super Bowl, sorry, yeah. Seattle against the Pats. That was mine.
Oh, so we're still live. We're still live.
Me. Yeah. Still on.
I'm not. I had the Bills getting there. So.
I told you Denver would do.
I had Bills Rams.
They were so far clear. They should have been over it way early. And obviously let Josh Allen come back and playoff Josh is all that bollocks that they kept saying during the game. Like, no, bro.
So who are you taking then? Patriots at the Broncos. So they're going to Mile High. Drake May's got to go up there. No Bo Nix though. He's obviously played. He's played on a broken ankle.
That's the equalizer right there, man.
That's it.
And that's why again everyone's going to pick the Pats now.
That was so mad that Sean Payton comes out and he's like, "Oh yeah, just to let you know. By the way, thanks for everyone for being here, media. Thanks for doing this. Thanks for doing that. It's been a great game. Blah 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 blah. By the way, Bo Nix has broke his ankle. What?
What? The guy was playing the game. Where was the tackle? And I tried to have a look at the actual tackle. And
I saw it. I saw it. It was weak.
Yeah, it was a weird ankle because it wasn't like it didn't bend. It didn't snap on it. It didn't.
No. And he's walking around, he's shaking hands. He's
stamping on it. You see him after that play though. He was like stamping on his foot to get some feeling back, and it was like, mate, you're stamping on your own foot, like with a broken ankle that needs surgery on. I know he didn't know that at the time, but it's like, damn, that must have been a pretty decent break to actually need surgery still. And he still took that next as well.
So he had surgery. He had surgery this Tuesday. It's just gone.
Did he? Yeah.
So it's like, fuck. If you need surgery on an ankle, and you're like, hang on a minute.
They're stamping on it.
I mean, sometimes it's like a hairline fracture, and it's like, you know what, it's not that bad. You can't really see it. You're like, okay, can we tape it up? It'll, it'll be all right. But
I mean, to be fair with that, I mean, even if it was just a fracture, hairline fracture, he wouldn't be playing this week. I don't care.
No chance.
It was never happening. But him needing surgery, so he must have done something. What he's probably done, he's probably broke his fibula, the lateral part of the ankle. That's what I think he's probably broke. But again, it's a bit of a guess because it's not the traditional way of his ankle going. Do you know what I mean? The way his ankle was as he got tackled, it wasn't a normal way of it breaking. That makes sense. That's why I didn't realize he broke it until later on. I say until boss man Peyton said that. Do you know what I mean? So it was a weird one, man. But then to be bad enough that you need surgery, they're working on it and trying to stamp on it to try and get some feeling back in it for that next couple of plays. It was crazy, like
absolutely crazy.
Shows how hard he is. Shows how tough he is as a person as well.
So definitely for me,
that must have been killing him. Like
definitely for me, the Pats are making the Super Bowl. It's not even a question. Not with Jared Stidham. I don't care how good your defense is. I do not care how good your defense is. We played the Broncos. The Broncos were not that great against us. The Jags battered the Broncos in Mile High. They're not amazing. They are a vaunted, really, really good defense. But I look at the defenses in the NFL and I think Seahawks are amazing. Texans have got an amazing defense. The Pats have got a really good defense.
And Drake may just beat the Texans, who have got an amazing defense.
So
it's kind of that's what I'm saying. Like I think they were going to win even if Bo Nix was playing when he was healthy.
Yeah, I would have thought so too. I
called it from before the playoffs started. It'd be Pat Seahawks, Pat Super Bowl. So I'm not changing my mind on that, especially
You're
now.
Not changing your mind.
Why would I? Would I change my mind right now? So.
Yeah, and I think the Rams Seahawks. This is the interesting one for me. Does Sam Darnold do a Sam Darnold? And you know what I mean by that? Does he come up with something completely stupid and choke or throw a cut? Because he has games like that where you're like, this dude's on fire one week and he's 300 yards, 2 touchdowns, blah. Then the next week it's I've thrown 3 interceptions.
Yeah, and that's why he's not elite. He's not an elite quarterback. He's probably 12.
Scott G, I love that. Nick Foles, he says Nick Foles had the best post on X though. I did see that, and it basically said, just a reminder that the Pats are not very good in divisional games against, not good in the playoffs. Sorry, against backup quarterbacks, which I thought was pretty sweet.
Oh,
I like
because
that.
he won it with his backup
with the Eagles. Yeah,
bravo, Nick, bravo.
You've been irrelevant for about 10 years, dude. But hey, anyway, move on.
He's irrelevant for 1 year, bro. That's all it was.
He was.
So the contract after that did nothing. So yeah.
Rams Seahawks. Then I mean Stafford, Nakua. This is going to be an absolutely insane game. It's going to be amazing.
Seattle. That's
I know. That's the problem.
If it was at the Rams, I'd probably go the other way. I mean, looking at it, but Seattle at home, the 12th man's there. The weather's probably going to be shit. Rams playing a dome.
Mm-hmm.
All these things go against the Rams. Now I know they played well enough or did enough against Chicago in a freezing cold game, but it's a different level, man. When you got that loud noise, like it's the loudest stadium in the NFL, and you've got that defense.
Yep.
And you've got enough on offense. Like it's not an amazing offense, but there's enough there.
Yeah. Kenneth Walker, Jackson Smith and Jigba.
You've got Charbonnet, you've got Walker. Charbonnet went out injured. I don't know if he'll be available for this week. I'm unsure yet.
I'm not sure.
But when he went out, Walker got a hat trick. Scored 3 touchdowns. So this is the thing. It's kind of like, someone else just steps up and turns up, and that's it. Even the tight end that we talked about coming out of college.
Parkinson? Colby Parkinson? No. He's with the Rams.
Rams. What was his name? He was a bit of a nobody. He played for Michigan.
Yeah, that's right.
This guy's a really good tight end. He's just starting to look good now.
I will tell you now when I get up their depth. When I get up their depth chart, mate, I will get it. I will get it up here. Tight end, Eric Sauber, or AJ Barner.
AJ Barner.
AJ Barner. Yeah.
So I mean, I'm looking at theirs there. We're also forgetting Cooper Cup as well. Is there as well.
Maybe.
Shahid's there too.
Lightning fast. He's so quick.
And they've got a good offensive line as well. Gray Zabel's had a great season.
Yeah. He was a rookie, wasn't he? He was rookie Zabel this year.
Yeah, Gray Zabel's the rookie at left guard. Yeah, he's been playing pretty good. Charles Cross has been playing really well at left tackle. Abraham Lucas is one of the best right tackles in the game. So yeah, and then you've got
they've got enough. They've got enough. It isn't scary. JSN's a bit scary, but after that, the other guys go, I can take him. I can take AJ Brown. I can take Cup now. He's not as good as he was. All those things. But it's a different game, man. It's different. And at home as well. It's going to be massively in favour of the Hawks for me.
I won't be watching this because it's too late.
And you're right, mate. You're right. He was North Dakota State, Zabel. Grade Zabel.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, Grade Zabel. Yeah,
which is where Scott G teaches, because he's a teacher. He keeps teaching us. So he keeps correcting us, doesn't he? So
he does. He is a teacher. And speaking of Scott G, we'll get into our fan questions in Scouts.
It is at Seattle, the Lumen Field. So.
He said, Scott G said, how many mock drafts has Scotty done so far? I am at 178. He said also can you tell we've reached the level of off season mode where you need to incorporate other topics to include some comedy. Yeah, I agree with you. And then he said, question 2, it's currently minus 50.
Wait a minute, before going to question 2, mate. Mm-hmm. If we need some comedy, let's get Scott G on then.
Why not? Yeah,
why not? This guy's always here. He needs to be involved. Let him be the clown joke, the joker of the team. Eh?
No, he can play class clown. Question 2, he said bearing in mind this is at 7:15 my time. So what's that? That's, I don't know what it is in North Dakota. What, 1 o'clock? 2, 3, 4, 5, 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
They're 7 hours behind. On the Central Time.
It might be. Anyway, he said currently it's minus 15, which is minus 26 Celsius, and it feels like minus 42, which is minus 41 Celsius. He said, would Scouse still want to only wear shorts outside? And as for how many, and he said, and how many layers would Scotty be wearing?
You'd have about 4 at least.
Me? I'd have 11. I'd have every jacket I've possibly got.
I'm trying to be nice, man. I say 4. I'd say 4 at least for you. But yeah, I mean, what I'll do, I'll try it. I think what would happen is, if it's windy and it's really and the wind chill's biting me, then I'd have to kind of cut it off and go, no, I need some pants on. But if it was just like if it was windless but it was that cold, I'd probably still do it. That's being honest.
Oh, mate, serious?
I'd have a go at it anyway.
I'd be in my boxer shorts, long johns, fucking bottoms, you name it. I'd be layered up to the hilt. Like anyone's got like.
Well, think about it. When the hotel we stayed at the Green Bay and it was cold, then okay, it wasn't minus 16 or anything, but it was cold there.
Oh Christ, no! It was cold.
I had the aircon on. I had the aircon in the hotel room, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. But you're crazy. You're crazy.
Yeah,
so
I'm used to it being cold, and I like it. Cold.
It's minus 16 now. I mean, yeah, but that's minus 16 Fahrenheit, not minus 16. What's minus 16 F?
What do you mean?
That's minus 26.6 degrees Celsius.
See, that's brutal. I mean,
I don't think we've ever had temperatures that low.
That's literally your freezer.
I don't think we've ever had temperatures that low in the UK. Genuinely,
I don't think we have. No.
I'd have to have a look at what is the.
Google it, yeah.
I will, yeah.
Of most cold. So yeah, so Scott, you said it's 4:30 there now, so that is what?
6 hours. It's 6 hours.
Yeah. 6 hours difference. Yeah, man.
So the record low temperature in the UK is minus 27.2 degrees Celsius, which is minus 17 Fahrenheit. So he's nearly at record low.
Yeah. Scotty's nearly at it right now.
Yeah, I was going to say. So Scott G will be like, it's night time. It's already colder than the UK's ever been recorded.
Wow. Okay. There you go.
Yeah, man, it's 16 now. He's just off. He's just off it right now. And it was earlier.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy that.
That's mad, like. That's mad.
Well, hopefully, Scouts, next week we'll have some sort of news on the defensive coordinator search, where we are, what's going on, what's happening.
I mean,
which also obviously
deep down, who do you think we're going to get? We're going to get. There's nobody from Al Harris.
No, I've been saying it. I've been saying it for months, and I'll stick to it. Raheem Morris will be the defensive coordinator. That's happening.
He hasn't even mentioned that, has he? Has he even interviewed?
No, he's had interviews at other places for head coaching roles and stuff, which is bizarre. But he's on about going into TV. Apparently said he's not that bothered about it, but DQ will hire his mate. He's an experienced DC. He's an experienced. No, well, Raheem Morris, the same. He's an experienced DC, but I'm not sure if that would work. I'd be very, very, very disappointed if that is the case.
That's upsetting.
Yeah, Jesse Minter to the Ravens. I saw that earlier.
That's upsetting. He's pretty good Minter, like. Yeah. Well, we were never in for him, were we? We weren't even linked.
No.
So, it's just one of them we're on the radar. So, yeah.
Well, hopefully we'll have some sort of answer to it next week, and we'll talk about who's made the Super Bowl, what's happening there, and we'll keep you abreast with all the Commanders news that's going on. Don't forget, please like and subscribe and all that good stuff for us, please. We really appreciate you doing that. Please promote the show far and wide. As I said, nearly I think it's 90% of our listeners are not subscribed. So if you are listening to it, apologise. You might not get a lot of this when we're in the chat room, but have a break. Pop over to YouTube and have a look at it. You know what I mean, and or even listen to it on there. It's easy to do. You can buy YouTube Premium and listen to it there ad free as well. So not that I'm promoting YouTube. StreamYard, by the way, you're absolutely useless. Please send us some updates, especially for the money I'm paying you. But yeah, we'll be back the same time. We'll be back the same time next week, and I'm looking forward to these games, mate. Over the weekend. And thanks everybody who put questions in. Tim Towner, Rod, Scott, we appreciate you, and thanks Scott and Rod for being in all with us for the last hour and a half or so. So can't thank you all enough for obviously building this community over here, which if it wasn't for you guys, it'd just be me and Scouts talking. To be fair, we'd probably still do it, but it is what it is.
We enjoy it, so
we do enjoy it, and
I'm hoping other people enjoy it as well. Like, I know they tune in, but I just hope that you actually like it.
Yeah, and that's it. But yeah, we'll be back. We'll be back at the same time next week, and we'll speak to you then.
Bye.